Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jessica. Thank you so much everybody for tuning in. Today's video, I am going to show you guys how I go from this to this. So if you want to see how I did this look in 15 minutes, then keep on watching. So before I get started, I do want to introduce to you guys all the products I will be using to achieve this look in 15 minutes. That way I can kind of keep it true to time in the 15-minute time frame. We are going to run obviously for the video a little bit longer because I will be speaking, but I want to keep the speaking to a minimum. That way I can keep it true to time. So again, just going to introduce you guys every single product so I don't really have to talk about it as much as we move forward. So starting off with the first products are the face. So I'm going to start off by using two primers. The first primer I use on my nose. This is going to be the Benefit Porefessional Pro Primer. It's the same one as the original, the blue one. It's just pore refining. I honestly don't feel like there's a difference between the two. But pore refining in my T-zone where I have my bigger pores. And then before I lay that down, I do like laying this down. It's my MAC Strobe Cream and I have GOLDLITE, and I do like being glowy. If you want more of a full coverage glowy look, go ahead and watch my video. I'll link it down below. I had to think about that for a second. But yeah, Strobe Cream underneath just so I kind of have a base to kind of like shine through because I like being glowy. So for face, I will be using Bye Bye foundation from IT Cosmetics. This is a full coverage moisturizer. Love this for days, especially like this where I need to throw something on so my skin looks a little bit more perfected and color corrected and all that fun stuff. So this is easy peasy. You just slap it on as foundation, even though it's not foundation. It's full coverage moisturizer. But yeah, this is a really good product that I definitely recommend, and I am in the shade Neutral Medium. So for concealers, I usually use two for this 15-minute tutorial. It doesn't take as long as it sounds. So I like going in first with my Neutral Medium. This is actually from IT Cosmetics. It's called Bye Bye Under Eye. The name is faded because I've had this for a long time. These tubes last forever. I probably had this for like 10 years. Not really, but almost. But this is a really good concealer. It's full coverage. I like tapping it right here just to kind of get most of the coverage because I do have darkness underneath my eyes. But yeah, definitely recommend this one. Doesn't budge. Love it. So for concealer, I will be going in with my Makeup Forever. It's in the tube, and I like these for my fast days because I just slap a bunch right here. Well, not a bunch, but enough. And then I just can dip my beauty blender and like hurry up and, you know, go where I need to. Don't want too much, so this really kind of controls how much you put on your face. So like this for quick days like this. Next up for setting powder. For quick days, I like using a setting powder that is compact and it's not loose because, for example, I brought my Veil powder out. It takes time like opening it, and then you have to like get the powder, dust it off, and all that fun stuff we love. So I definitely recommend a compact powder that you can just and then tap on. You don't have to worry about all the excess and the mess everywhere. Next up is my bronzer. I don't normally like applying too much bronzer. I just put enough like on the edges right here just to kind of define my cheekbones just a tiny bit. And I will be going in with my HOOLA Benefit bronzer. I have the mini. That's how much I don't use bronzer as much. So this is mini, and I like this because it is mini and I can take it with me, throw it in my purse. For blush, I love blush, and I don't normally stick to one blush all the time. I have a lot of blush. Depending on what I'm wearing for the day kind of helps me decipher what blush I want to wear. So today I'm wearing this nice like ultraviolet, lilac, purple, blue kind of situation. So I thought this apricot in the middle from Wet n Wild would look so pretty with this. So I am gonna wear it. This one has a nice gold flecks in it, so love blush. I do recommend though, if you're not a blush person, the safest blush to kind of go for is a palette. Everything is in one. So I like this palette because you have like your more natural shades and neutral pinkies and like your glowy shades. So if you're not a huge fan of blush but you kind of just need one, I definitely suggest a palette like this. This is Bahamas from Stilazzi. I'm not using this one today just because I wanted to use this one, but just put it out there. For highlight, I will be using, I kind of lost my train of thought, my Pixie highlight. I love this one because you don't need a lot and you can just like go in very quickly. So I love these. Look at that. You can just see it like shining in the wind. Beautiful. Lips, I'm going to use ColourPop. This is the shade Carousel and it's kind of like apricot in the middle. I like how these shades look with each other. So I will be using this lip. And then over top, I do like a gloss. So I'm going to use Pixie. This is Chloe Morello collab. This is the lip icing in the shade Cake. Beautiful gloss. Usually how I do these looks is I like to do my entire face. Like when I'm in a hurry, I'll do my entire face. And then the very last thing I'll do is eyeshadow, but I never go in heavy with an eyeshadow. I usually just go in with a transition shade and then like a shimmery topper. That's a great tip if you want to look like you did your eyeshadow but didn't have enough time. Save it till the end. If you have time, then you throw it on, but don't do anything crazy. You just need a good transition shade and a good topper. For that, I will be using the I Love Sarai Dose of Colors. I'm gonna use this shade right here. Again, love these kind of tones together, so I will be using that as my transition shade. And then over top, I wish there was a shade like that in that palette, or else I would just use one palette for the sake of quickness, but I will be using my NARS Orgasm Loose Powder. Is that what it's called? Yes. And I'm just using that to top off my eyelid, just to kind of like everything together. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Again, I'm gonna keep this talking to a minimum, so I say true to time with the 15-minute time frame. But again, most likely we'll go a little bit over just so I can kind of throw in little pointers here and there, but I'm gonna try not to. So just so we time this together, it is, I have notifications on my screen. I don't know if you can see. It is 3:23. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the face. Just a little, like half a pea size for my porous areas. I do about 1.5 pumps. Just rub it on my hands, put it on with moisturizer. See how it kind of covered the little pink spots on my forehead? Love this stuff. Make sure you get it on your ears and your neck. Keep wipes on deck so you can wipe away all that bye-bye foundation. Bye-bye under eye. I got like a little dab on my finger. This guy from Makeup Forever. Put like half a pea size amount. My beauty blender. Don't mind, I'm not using this product, I just need the mirror. Coverage on my nose and forehead because I have a little discoloration because I'm breaking out at the moment. And then I bring that extra concealer over my eye to act as a eye base. Going in with that translucent powder on my under eye. Translucent powder on my eyelid. Just to set that concealer into place. I think I say this in a lot of videos, I don't set my entire face, just the areas where I crease. Forgot to mention this, sorry guys, using my Precisely My Brow and Gimme Brow, both in shade 3, to use on my eyebrows. You don't color them in too much, I just kind of focus on defining the front part of my brows. And then the points, because mine are not as defined. The top corners. Love this guy to kind of finish it off and brush everything together and fill in gaps. So next up, I will be going in with blush. Again, apricot in the middle. So pretty. I love blush. Put some on my nose, just to kind of tie it in. Some HOOLA. Just a little bit on the corners. The edges. Highlight. I'm gonna use this gold one. Underneath right here. Okay, so for eyeshadow, again, going into that shade right there. Same shade for under eye. I look nice and glowy. That took me, it's 340. What's the math on that? 340. If it was 33, that was 2 minutes more than 15 minutes, but that's because I talked a little bit. But this is a nice glowy look in 15 minutes. I know normally people wouldn't maybe do this shadow, but I do this technique all the time. I do this, for example, for more like a brown tone kind of natural person, anything from like, 1 second. Like for example, this is Spellbound. There's lots of palettes that look like this. This is Stilazzi. If you do this with like the shimmery tone over top, that is very natural. Or even you can just do this shade all over the lid and it looks like you have something there. Another trick, if you just use the same products, if you just want brown, use your bronzer on your eyelid all over and then use your highlight with your finger, just kind of rub it on top as a topper, and it's the same exact thing I just did here, just with different shades. But again, I am wearing this color and I thought like oranges and apricot colors would be pretty. Don't forget to set all that hard, quick work. I'm actually not gonna do much to my hair, but I will still show you guys. So it's like a little quick toot right here, because honestly, I hardly ever do anything, like anything at all to my hair. It's kind of sad. Luckily, I was blessed with like straight wavy hair. So like sometimes it's straight, but it has like a bend in it, so I can like kind of work with it to do waves. So I'm just gonna mid part it. See, like I haven't done anything to my hair and it's like kind of straight, even though I look crazy right now. So I just like putting oil at the bottom. I guess you can say this is like a 20-minute full hair routine, but I didn't want to like name it that because I know not everyone has hair like I do. The secret to my life that makes everything, I like voluminous, messy, wavy hair. This guy right here, Bumble and Bumble Pret powder, and you just like, It smells so good. You just run it through your hair, mess it up, and that's it. It just makes everything voluminous and I love it. This completes my 15-minute look. I actually did my hair and my face in less than 20 minutes. So basically like a full-on 20-minute look. But just didn't want to call it that because again, not everyone has very easy hair like I do. That sounded like a flex. I'm sorry. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already because, I mean, you made it this far, so it kind of just makes sense if you subscribe. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys next time. Bye.